Okay, so just to give you a little heads up here where my mind's at. So this is a heavy duty loop. We already have these in the van. They're strong, in the strong places. At the back passenger side where the door opens, this black plate is up in the ceiling, and this comes down through that black plate. And it also has these things here, which can be found in the electrical section of the Lowe's hardware store. It has these as spacer plates to make one side taller because the roof of the van wasn't level, if that makes sense. So anyway, so I bought another one of these just in case I end up putting anything up in that corner of the van, in the driver's side corner of the rear. But those other beams that I was talking about, there's a big hole if you watch the video, and then there's a tiny hole a few inches away. One thing that I could potentially do, and these aren't big enough, they're not long enough, they're not strong enough. They say 600-pound working load limit. I don't think that's per one. I think it's like 150 each, maybe. I mean, maybe these would hold my weight, and you could argue that each one's 600 pounds. But I would venture to say if I were to jump up and down on something, the chain attached to this, I could probably get them to bend. I'm about, almost 200 pounds or whatever. But the point is, okay. So, but the point I'm getting at is if you have a plate like this or a plate like this, saw this in half, stick half of that up in the ceiling, okay, up through there. And what you would do is you'd have the bolts already pre-drilled and super glued to the back side with a, like a spacer washer, a big washer, that way it disperses the load. You have two bolts coming down through. Then you could take one of these, a bigger one of these, put it on and have the nuts come up on the back side of that. And then if anything bends, it's going to be this thing instead of the ceiling. So that kind of appeals to me because now I can minimize any damage to the ceiling and I can see the damage visibly to the outside, the naked eye, if the weight of the water tank is causing any trouble. Now remember, I'm going to have a total of 4 straps. So a total of 8 mount points, and most of the mount points are going to be solid. It's just the 2 that are up in each of the 2 beams that are the ones that I'm worried about right now. So that's all I got. Just figured I'd update you here where my mind was, but I'm going to get this figured out one way or the other. See ya.